The ending to Dragon Ball Super was in many ways very predictable. At the beginning, when the Tournament of Power was first announced and the Super Dragon Balls were known to be awarded to the winner, the audience and the viewers of Dragon Ball Super thought, no way, it can't be this easy. It can't just be that Goku wins the tournament and wishes back all of the universes. But lo and behold, that is exactly what happened in the final episode of Dragon Ball Super, and with so much hype leading up to this ending and so much suspense and theories building as the Tournament of Power progressed as to what was actually going to happen, fans were a little disappointed that the ending was cookie cutter and predictable when there was so many other options for potential outcomes and endings. Here on MaSTAR Media today, we're going to explore what some potential alternate endings of Dragon Ball Super could have been. That's coming up right after this. This video is sponsored by our friends over at Verve. Verve is a streaming platform that hosts a variety of different other streaming services, all centralized in one single platform that makes it super easy for you to use. And you can get a free 30-day premium trial of Verve by typing in verve.co/MaSTAR or clicking the link in the description. And you can also watch them on the go without an internet connection. You can watch new shows such as Gary and His Demons. I just started watching this. There's only 5 episodes so far. It's a funny, quirky cartoon about this guy named Gary who travels around killing demons. Kind of sounds like Demon Rush, but it's more funny. It also hosts all of your favorite anime in both sub and dub. Just visit verve.co/MaSTAR or click the link in the description and start your 30-day free trial of Verve Premium today. The first alternate ending would be that Jiren actually wins the Tournament of Power. Now, if this was the case, we know that Goku and company would have to come back somehow because we've seen at the end of Dragon Ball Z that a new tournament is hosted and Goku fights Oob. So we know that Goku and company can't get erased, but possibly something could have happened that Zeno would have not erased Universe 7 simply because Goku is his friend and he said, you guys put on a wonderful show, so I'm going to keep you alive because I want to see more of this. Or Jiren could have had a change in conscience and only brought back Universe 7. Somehow or some way, in this scenario that Jiren wins, Universe 7 would have had to come back. But there also could have been the scenario, and this will be number 2, that nobody was actually getting erased. So there was a lot of fan theories that as these universes were getting quote-unquote erased, that they were actually teleporting to some alternate dimension or something like that, and in the end, Zeno actually wasn't killing all of these trillions of people. Now, if this was the case and Jiren won, then maybe he would have used his wish to battle the evildoer that killed his parents, and thus recruiting Goku and Vegeta to help him do so, which could have ended on a cliffhanger and gave us a brand new arc and a new enemy to look forward to. The next possible option for an alternate ending is that the Tournament of Power actually got interrupted mid-tournament. So several times throughout this Tournament of Power, there were multiple opportunities for the tournament to actually get interrupted by something. You have 2 Zenos. They could have went head to head and got upset with each other, and the tournament could have ended abruptly. There could have been a war among the gods. There could have been evil angels, and there could have been the Super Warrior. Now, when we got spoilers for episode 114, we were told that there would be an arrival of a new Super Warrior who actually turned out to be Kefla, but it very well could have been someone like Zorama or the evildoer that Jiren mentioned later on in the series. This would have been a wonderful twist, as you would have seen all of these enemy universes actually combining together as some super powerful villain, such as the dragon god Zorama that everybody's wondering about actually enters the fray, and you see Goku, Vegeta, and Jiren actually working together to take this guy down. Now, the only issue with that is you have 2 Zenos and the Great Priest there and all of these angels who pretty much there's nobody in the universe that can compete with them. So there would have had to have been some crazy story as to why the gods couldn't do anything to this villain. But I think that would have led to some interesting storyline, especially if there was a war among the gods and you had to see Goku and Jiren, who are, I would say, pretty close to god level, actually entering this War of the Gods battle. I think that would have been an excellent development and something different, and played a much more emphatic role with the gods that pretty much all of Dragon Ball Super is focused on. The next alternate ending is that Goku actually gets his rematch with Beerus. Now, people still don't know if Goku in Ultra Instinct is stronger than Beerus. That's a topic for another video, another day. But now that Goku has Ultra Instinct, it's pretty clear that he would at least be a mighty challenge for Beerus. And what they could have done, that keeping all of the elements of the ending how they were, instead of Goku and Vegeta facing off in the end, it would be actually Goku in Mastered Ultra Instinct versus Beerus. And it would have been even better to put the icing on the cake if Goku actually beat Beerus in their little duel. That would show that the entirety of Dragon Ball Super was to show that Goku is now ascended past the strength of gods of destruction. The entirety of Dragon Ball Super focuses around gods and around Goku's quest to break his limits, and showing that now that Goku has achieved a strength beyond gods would be a satisfactory ending to all of the story leading up to this point. In the beginning of Dragon Ball Super, Goku fights Beerus and loses, and at the end of Dragon Ball Super, Goku with his new form fights Beerus one more time and wins. The next alternate ending, Ultra Instinct Vegito. As we saw in the Tournament of Power, Potara earrings were allowed, and that gave everybody hope that maybe eventually Goku and Vegeta would fuse into Vegito once again, possibly even an Ultra Instinct Vegito. This is something that would have sold so much merchandise, and fans would have gone absolutely ballistic over an Ultra Instinct Vegito. Unfortunately, we did not get that. All we got was Vegeta's new form, which was never even given a name in the anime, and we never got to see the Potara fusion come out. Even when Goku and company and the entirety of Universe 7 was incredibly desperate fighting against Jiren, they still did not fuse. That was a wasted opportunity where they could have given us an Ultra Instinct Vegito. Instead of Vegeta's form, they could have given us a fusion of Android 17 and 18. With the retcon in episode 66 of Dragon Ball Super, it pretty much shows us that anybody can fuse with the Potara earring since it has a finite duration, just like the Metamoran fusion. While I don't think that any fusion besides Goku and Vegeta could have actually taken Jiren down, it still would have been really exciting to see a brand new fused character come into the anime. Fans would have loved this, and even so, if they would have given us Vegito yet again, fans would have gone absolutely crazy for it, but this is an opportunity that they just skipped over because Beerus said 2 people can get knocked out now if you fuse, so don't fuse. Leave your comments below. How would you have liked Jiren to get taken down? The way that it was in the anime, or by an Ultra Instinct Vegito? Another alternate ending could have been a lead-in to the Dragon Ball Super movie. Now, fans of Dragon Ball Super do not want them to reanimate the entire movie and put it back into the show like they did with the first 2 movies, because that wasted a lot of time for the story to actually progress. But if they're going to do that again, they could have ended Dragon Ball Super on a cliffhanger where it would have led into the new movie, such as some chaos in time and space starts happening, a glimpse of a new villain, new Saiyans arrive, or some Saiyan pods land on Earth, something that happens at the very end, which leads into the movie and essentially leaves us on a cliffhanger and gets us excited for what's going to happen next. The ending to Dragon Ball Super was cookie cutter, and it's clear here that they could have done so many things differently to really hit home with the audience, but instead it's pretty obvious that they just wanted to wrap up the series. They didn't want to leave any hints of a continuing series, and they're just going to lead into the movie now. And they still could have done that different ways, like with Ultra Instinct Vegito, or there's plenty of other options for how they could have actually ended the Tournament of Power other than the way they did. I still liked how they defeated Jiren, and the wish was a little bit disappointing to me personally. But with this entire world that they've created and all this story included in Dragon Ball Super, they could have done so many different things for the audience in terms of fan service, in terms of leading into new arcs and other things like that, but they decided to just skip all of that, probably for their own good reasoning that we don't know yet, that we probably won't know until next year. Some of you may say that it's just bad writing, but they may have their reasoning. They sit in a boardroom in the Dragon Ball War Room over at Toei, and they may have decided to do things this way so that they can leave other options open for the future that they've already started discussing. So I wouldn't go as far as saying that it's bad writing until we see what the future holds for Dragon Ball Super. Now we have the movie coming up and the potential to lead into new arcs, so we'll have to see after that movie comes out. I'm MaSTAR. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll be talking to you soon with some more Dragon Ball videos.